You are watching AliAziz Quality Education YouTube channel. Aviation Law explained by AliAziz Quality Education. AliAziz Quality Education channel, providing you the aviation industry related videos. So don't forget the subscription button. Aviation Law. Aviation law is a specialized area of law that governs the operation, regulation, and use of aircraft, air travel, and the aviation industry. It covers both national and international regulations to ensure safety, security, and efficiency in air transportation. Aviation law is a broad and complex field that regulates the operation, safety, liability, and commercial aspects of air transportation. It includes both international and domestic regulations governing air travel, aircraft, airlines, and airspace. Key aspects of aviation law. International versus national aviation law. A. International aviation law. International aviation law is governed by treaties and conventions developed by organizations like the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, a UN body. These laws establish common rules for air travel between countries. B. National aviation law. Each country has its own aviation authority that regulates domestic flights, airspace, and airline operations. Examples include Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, USA European Union Aviation Safety Agency, EASA, EU Civil Aviation Authority, CAA, UK Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, India, Pakistan, UAE, etc. 2. Key international conventions and treaties. A. Chicago Convention, 1944, established ICAO to regulate international aviation, defined national sovereignty over airspace, set the foundation for modern aviation safety standards. B. Warsaw Convention, 1929, and Montreal Convention, 1999, regulate airline liability for passenger injuries, baggage loss, and cargo claims. The Montreal Convention replaced the Warsaw Convention, increasing compensation limits. C. Tokyo Convention, 1963, covers crimes and offenses committed on board aircraft, gives pilots the authority to restrain unruly passengers. D. Cape Town Convention, 2001, governs aircraft leasing and financing, protects creditors in case of airline bankruptcy. 3. Aircraft registration and ownership. Aircraft must be registered with a national authority. Ownership is governed by international agreements like the Cape Town Convention. Private and commercial aircraft have different licensing requirements. 4. Airspace and air traffic rights. A. National sovereignty over airspace. Each country controls the airspace above its territory. Foreign aircraft must get permission to enter another country's airspace. B. Freedoms of the air. International air traffic rights. First freedom, fly over a foreign country without landing. Second freedom, land for refueling without taking passengers or cargo. Third freedom, carry passengers from the airline's home country to another country. Fourth freedom, carry passengers from another country back to the airline's home country. Fifth to ninth freedoms, various rights for operating between third countries. 5. Airline and passenger rights. A. Passenger rights. Airlines must compensate passengers for delayed, cancelled, or overbooked flights under certain laws. EU Regulation 261/2004. Compensation for flight delays and cancellations in the EU. Montreal Convention. Compensation for baggage loss, injury, or death. B. Airline obligations. Airlines must provide accurate flight schedules. Refund policies must comply with consumer protection laws. Airlines must follow anti-discrimination laws, e.g., passengers with disabilities. 6. Aviation Safety and Security. A. Safety Regulations. ICAO. 7. Liability and insurance. Airlines must have liability insurance for passenger injuries and third-party damage. Product liability applies to aircraft manufacturers like Boeing and Airbus in case of defects. Negligence claims can arise in cases of air crashes or mishandled baggage. 8. Environmental regulations. ICAO and national agencies enforce carbon emission limits for aircraft. Noise pollution laws regulate aircraft operations near urban areas. Airlines are required to adopt eco-friendly practices like fuel-efficient aircraft. 9. Drone and Space Law A. Drone, UAV. Regulations FAA, EASA, and DGCA regulate drones for safety and privacy. Commercial drone pilots require licenses and operational permits. Restricted airspace zones prevent drones from flying near airports or government sites. B. Space law and commercial space travel space law is evolving with companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic. Governments are developing regulations for space tourism and satellite operations. Conclusion: aviation law is essential for ensuring the safe, legal, and efficient operation of air transportation worldwide. With advancements in technology, drones, and space travel, aviation law continues to evolve to address emerging challenges and opportunities.